Hello, my loves. How are you feeling? Whew. Welcome in. Thank you for being here today. This is a collective reading and it is timeless. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And again, thank you so much for being here. The energy has been still so very much up and down. It feels like you're experiencing really high highs, like really big wins, and then you may be hit with like something perceived as the opposite of that, or maybe it's happening in the opposite direction. You're getting hit with something that could be perceived as negative, that maybe wants to try and take from your energy, and you're very quickly able to pivot. It feels like you're quickly moving through it. You're not letting yourself sit in it too long, which is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Feel it, let it go, and don't let it permeate. Don't absorb it. Don't let it sweep you away. All right, let's see what Spirit has for us. Forgiveness, releasing anger and resentment, strength, power, and endurance. Just make sure I'm showing these cards appropriately here. So you can see how it feels like it's very much self-forgiveness, and it's very much you're looking in the mirror there yourself, and you're asking yourself to find your own strength and power within you. And it feels like you're forgiving yourself for the resentment that you have built up towards yourself. Like you are resenting, you have resented something. There's been this energy of feeling a lot of resentment towards yourself for something you did or said. Maybe it was something from a long time ago. Maybe it was something recent. It's different for everybody. But there's this, Spirit is asking you to forgive yourself for it. And it's like something you need to forgive in your heart. It may be hurting your heart, weighing heavily on your heart, but there's this need to balance out your energy and forgive yourself for the things that you didn't know better for, and forgive yourself for being a human being, right? And finding the inner strength to still see the beauty within you, right? Like you're looking in this mirror, seeing the beauty, wrong way, seeing the beauty within you, and you're allowing yourself to bloom here. And with the number 32, that's the number of change. Wow, I just realized these cards came out as 31 and 32. So just that reminder that you're in alignment. And they came out as 31 and then 32. So it could feel like you've maybe taken a step backwards. But you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Love in action. Kindness. Again, there's this stillness in every single one of these cards that have come out. She is still. She isn't moving. She's observing. You see how she's just sitting with her body? It's like the bloom from this card that you're seeing within yourself is wrapping around you and everything around you, and you're just in this stillness. You're just in this stillness of being, of observing, of forgiving yourself and showing yourself kindness for not knowing the things you didn't know, for not being, who maybe somebody needed you to be, or who you thought you should have been in a moment, right? You're forgiving yourself, and I love that. You should forgive yourself. And let me take that back. I don't like saying the word should, and I'm really working on saying that because I just don't think we should be telling people what to do with their lives. But it's like this, you could release and forgive yourself and feel light and be still in it and allow yourself to observe what it feels like when you forgive yourself. All right, this card fell here, and we have the King of Swords. So this very much feels like the card of just like stubbornness. Like this feels like you're being stubborn to something. There's something arising for you. There's something that may come up for you today or around this time that is going to ask you to open your perceptions up to maybe what you think you know is right, or what you think there's something about releasing a thought pattern, and it really feels like a part of you is saying forgive yourself, and then there's something still holding on. There is something holding on to not wanting to forgive yourself. There's something in this fear of releasing what it is. There's something in this fear of forgiving yourself that you're staying stuck in. So let's ask Spirit. Spirit, what can you please clarify this King of Swords? What is it that collective needs to know? My cards keep falling. You notice I've been switching up my environment. I've been working on just being very present, leaving my stuff up, so when Spirit calls me to read, it's easy for me, and this is just kind of where I've been. So wow, Queen of Cups. The fact that this came right after the King of Swords, so it's again this need to emotionally balance yourself in that forgiveness piece. You want to hang on to something because it feels comfortable. Like it almost feels more comfortable to sit. Yes, you're hanging on to something. There's like this internal battle within yourself, and you don't want to let it go. Spirit says you need to release this. There's this, I know in the past few readings, there's been like this energy of needing to release something and not knowing what it is. And it feels very clear in this message that what you're needing to release is the guilt of whatever happened that is needing you to forgive yourself. It feels like a self-imposed. It feels like this is self-imposed. Wow. Yeah. The King of Cups came out right after. So we have the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the King of Cups. So you have the Queen and the King. And the way they came out, they're looking away from each other. They're not looking at each other. So again, there's this disconnect. There's an emotional balance that you're being called to move through, to not be afraid of. The Fool's asking you to not be afraid to release this and move through this. It's the other side of this is the liberation, is the warmth, right? And so we have a full moon coming up in Scorpio, and it is sitting across from the Taurus sun. So there's this transformation happening within forgiving yourself that is bringing you towards a more grounded, balanced self within your emotions, my love. And there's this need to fully liberate yourself, from what is keeping you chained, what is keeping you stagnant. It's like when in all of these oracle cards that came out, she's stagnant. And it's like, yes, you want to sit in the stillness of this, but there is almost like you're sitting in it too long, babe. It's time to get up. It's time to move. The moon is coming to full cycle, and it's time to close this out. It's time to release this. As I say that, the Chariot card comes out. There's this need to balance the polarities of who you are. You did those things. You said those things. And yes, stand 10 toes down on it, but forgive yourself for the things that maybe were hurtful to yourself. I'm hearing you've been hanging on to something hurtful to yourself, which is that mental stagnation of like you feeling like you don't deserve what is coming to you, is what is the feeling. But I'm here to tell you to please rebuke that, because you do. You deserve everything that is coming to you. You just have to clear out this clutter that you don't deserve it, babe, because you do. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. You have all the tools. You have gone through so much transformation. There's this huge transformation and moving forward. The moving forward, the freeing yourself. It's okay. I just feel like you're waiting for permission outside of you to say, do it. And I believe the last reading, confirmation. The last reading, the reading started with yes. And so it's almost like you got that confirmation from that reading, but there's been this mental blockage keeping you stuck from there, not allowing you to move forward. And there's something about, you have some guilt around something, and Spirit needs you to let it go, babe. Let it go. And I know that it sounds so redundant because we keep saying release and transformation, but this is such a huge time of that. And time doesn't move fast. There's this almost like the movement you're wanting to see and feel is not moving fast enough for you to feel like it's happening. And so that's what's like causing you to like hang on to something. You're hanging on to the idea that it's not happening for you because it's not happening fast enough. And there is just this need to release the expectation of time, because time is not linear. Like, put your hand over your heart and then over your sacral, and just breathe into feeling. I'm hearing breathe into feeling what it is that is stopping you. What is the emotion blocking you from releasing and from forgiving yourself? Sit with it, write it out. I'm still, there's just this call to write out what you're releasing, burn it under the full moon, and then write out what you're calling into this space. This came out, the star is what came out after the Chariot. So you are literally leaving a situation and coming into, I forgot to block that. I hope it's okay. It should be okay. I'm going to hold the star card. Actually, see, there's this neat, like, second guessing. There's this, like, second guessing. You keep second guessing yourself. You keep wanting. There's this indecisiveness. And Spirit says, do what feels good. Move in the direction that feels good. You're liberating yourself. It's like, after all of this, I'm trying to hold them up correctly. After all of this funk, after all of this mental blockage, after all of this that is stopping you from feeling the emotional fulfillment, after all of this that you're releasing that is blocking the opportunities coming, you're moving in through it without fear, right? Spirit is asking you to move through it without fear so that you have the energy of the sun. The fact that the sun and the devil card came out right after each other, they all have stuff that I can't show. But the fact that the sun, the devil, the Chariot, and the star came out, all major arcanas at the end of this message, and it's sandwiched between the sun and the star. Right? You're moving into feeling the warmth of the sun. You're liberating yourself from your own bullshit, babe. You're walking away from the mental shit that needed to go. You're able to now see things from a different vantage point once you're able to fully move through this energy of the Fool, of knowing that you're the magician. It's like you are the magician, feeling like you're the Fool still. And you don't know which direction to go into, and it's like you're able to see things from a different perspective. But also, this card could be stagnancy if you don't allow yourself to see. It's like you're observing things differently, and you're scared to move forward because you know that with the duality, right? Especially with the Chariot, you know that there's a duality to everything. You know that with good also comes the lessons, right? But I want to remind you, Spirit wants to remind you, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same. Let me pick these cards up. Okay. You're about to be recognized, babe. And celebrated. You're about to be celebrated and recognized. Okay? And there's this need to let your light shine. You've been in this hermit phase for a long time, sitting in this energy. It feels like you've been really sitting in this energy. And when I say sitting in the energy, babe, it feels like you're ruminating in it. And Spirit is asking you to allow the illumination of this full moon to illuminate out the rumination, and to allow yourself to be seen, to allow yourself to be celebrated, starting with yourself, starting with celebrating yourself, starting with seeing yourself, starting with understanding what you need and moving in that way, liberating yourself by using your voice. There may be some conflicts that come up. I think that it feels like that is also part of the energy of the Five of Wands, where it's like there's conflict arising both within you and externally from you, and it's creating these walls and blockages around your heart space because you're in fear of being seen and perceived, and you're fearing loss of something. And Spirit wants to remind you that nothing is ever a loss, okay? Nothing is ever a loss, ever. You're exactly where you're meant to be on this journey, and there is something that you're working on that you're about to be recognized for, and you're about to be celebrated. And so just allow yourself to let it go. Allow yourself to come out of this phase of like not seeing. Again, there's this energy of there's something hidden. There's something hidden that you can't see, and it's almost like because you can't see it and it's the unknown. That's the fear. The fear is that you don't know. The fear is that you can't see. And so that is the mental blockage. And there's something that happened in the past when you did take a leap of faith and maybe it didn't work out. And so it's like you have this fear that that's going to repeat itself, and Spirit is saying, no, that you learned your lesson from that time. And you're leaping it now with far more knowledge. You're not who you used to be. You're not who you used to be, babe. You really have transformed. And it's almost like you're looking in the mirror. You're looking in the mirror and almost like you don't recognize who you're seeing because you have transformed so much. And this feels really beautiful with showing yourself kindness in that time, right? Again, the flowers are wrapped around her after she's been able to recognize how she's bloomed and changed in the mirror here. She's allowing herself to be wrapped in that. So love, allow yourself to be wrapped in the change of who you are. I know that with transformation, there's a lot of grief, and we tend to look at ourselves in the mirror and not recognize ourselves, and that can be really scary. And there's just this need to release the fear because you're beautiful at every phase and everything is happening as it should be. Everything that pops up that may feel like a challenge is helping to navigate you where you need to go, and it feels like it's grounding you into your own power of knowing. You are your own compass. The challenges are going to arise, they always do, but look at how you're able to overcome them more quickly now in your present moment. Like there's this anxiety of the future, and it's be present now, ground right now. Observe how you're already finding the solutions, and you're already overcoming these things presenting themselves to you in real time so quickly. You're feeling them, you're acknowledging them, and then you're looking for the solution and you're finding it very quickly. And so it feels like you're doing a damn good freaking job, love. Like again, the transformation is happening. You are exactly where you're meant to be. That feels like the message. Bottom of the deck. The Three of Wands. You are looking out over, right? It just feels like confirmation to wrap it all up. You're looking out over all your opportunities. You have all of these skills. You've taken your wands from this battle and you're ready to move forward. You're ready to move forward. Okay? You have the world in your hands. You can see that there are a lot of opportunities and that there may be obstacles that do arise within it. But again, you are able, with what you've acquired, you are able to win. to find the win in every situation. And because you're able to perceive things at in such a different way now, it is what yes, it feels like a celebration with other people, collaboration. There's this big energy of collaboration, and you're collaborating with other people in both personal and financial opportunities. Like, it feels like there are a lot of things coming to you right now, babe, but it feels like this is such a unison of past, present, and future self, like, or past, present, and higher self. My apologies. Past, present, higher self, because our future self doesn't exist yet, right? Because all that we have now is the present moment. So this feels like a unity of yourself, and it's allowing you to come out of this shell of the hermit and allowing you to be seen in a different way. So this feels really good. It feels like the energy has been rocky and been really unsettling, but at the end of it all, you are coming through it, learning so much about you, learning so much about your boundaries, what you're willing to accept and not accept anymore. And you're using your voice. And with that, there will be endings, there will be closures, but there will also be openings and beginnings, and you're going to be clearing the way and making the space for all of these opportunities and all of these new people that are in alignment with you and your higher self and your higher vision and purpose. Allow it to come into you. I'm hearing, don't allow your walls to block out the flow of abundance. Whoo! I think that's a great closer. Don't allow your walls to block your flow of abundance. And that feels energetically, emotionally, physically. My ear just popped as confirmation. So let's close it out there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much for persevering through this deep transformation. You are coming out on the other side, and you're mastering your inner peace, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm so honored and proud to be here on this journey with you. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to our Full Moon Friday reading. I love you, babe. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.